Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Kabir Singh, and this is Against the Grain. So I might get canceled for today's episode because it is political, but before that happens, make sure that you like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell. You know what to do. So recently there was some rioting in New York City's Union Square, and it happened because Twitch streamer Kai Cenat was giving away free PS5s. And I'd honestly never heard of him prior to this, but apparently I should because he has over 1 million followers on Twitter and has over 8 million followers on TikTok. So I know, I'm a disgrace to the pop culture community. Shame. So Kai Cenat had allegedly advertised the giveaway in a now deleted tweet, and according to our sources, everything was peaceful up until about 3 p.m. and that's when things got out of control. People were breaking down barricades, throwing stuff at police officers, and according to ABC News, 65 people at minimum were arrested, 30 of them being minors. New York Police Department Chief Jeff Madry said people destroyed stores, people stole the plates from diners and threw them at the police officers. Several vehicles, including police vehicles, were destroyed, and because of all this, Kai Cenat has been charged with inciting a riot. And also, he didn't have a permit to host that giveaway in that particular location. So that's, I believe, one of the charges as well. So that's a rundown of what happened that day. Now, I just want to show you a clip of the riots just to show you how serious it really was. Run it.
The massive crowd in New York City's Union Square formed in minutes.
Like
Thousands of young people who showed up for a PlayStation giveaway, planned and promoted by Kai Cenat, a popular internet streamer with millions of followers.
We'll be doing a huge giveaway.
Once the people for the giveaway started coming out,
Sheesh, over a PS5?
people started pushing and stuff.
People seen climbing on outdoor
they're
restaurants, grabbing
jumping on
plates from
property,
diners,
they're
and
destroying
throwing them at
property.
officers. Civilians were injured too.
Where did they hit you, sir?
Police say they made at least 65 arrests, 30 of them juveniles, and Cenat will face charges for the unpermitted event.
At least 2 counts of inciting a riot, unlawful assembly.
An out-of-control crowd in the middle of Manhattan, fueled by the power of social media. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
It was absolute lawlessness. And you would think that everybody would be in agreement that Kai Cenat and his rioters should be punished. They played stupid games, they win stupid prizes.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
But as with the internet, there are people that decided to politicize this. One person tweeted, Kai Cenat insults a riot. He gets charged. Donald Trump incites a riot, and it takes a discussion, an investigation, and 3 separate unrelated indictments, and the result is nothing. Make it make sense. Another person tweeted, Kai Cenat arrested when the crowd around him rioted. Why isn't Trump arrested for inciting a riot? God, this country is so corrupt. So, a few rebuttal points here. First of all, Trump wasn't physically there during the insurrection, so it'd be hard to hit him with that exact charge. And he also tweeted to his followers to be peaceful. He was charged with other things related to it, but it's hard to hit him with that actual charge. Second of all, there were several hundreds of people who were actually arrested for their role in the insurrection. And let's be clear, I do not support what happened at January 6th. I think everybody who got in trouble and charged, they brought it on themselves. But I think it's also a false dichotomy to compare this to Donald Trump. And the NYPD chief is also African American, so I don't think it's fair to imply racial motivation in Kai Cenat's arrest. Now, the common folks weren't the only people that had some bad takes. Political commentator and Twitch streamer Hassan Piker was very much downplaying this. Roll the clip.
And his whole kiosk was ransacked. All the chips were broken
poor
and
man.
pulled apart. Things were taken
All
off
because
of it.
people decided to lose their mind over a PS5.
Injured, because he was trying to stop the kids, and they hit his head, his neck, his back.
All right. Pause it right there. Hassan Piker is laughing. What is so funny? Seriously. Keep going.
talking to the police that were there, giving them a report of what happened. But, you know, a totally just innocent victim in all this, that he was just doing his job, going about his day, and his business got ransacked there. But from where we are here, you know, it does that the officer of circumventing them in that sense. And it from my perspective,
I despise local media, dude. There you go. There is no better representation of how dog water local media is, and how much they exacerbate like narratives that you see on Fox News. What role they play in the boomer reactionary pipeline. Local media talking about $3 worth of fucking Doritos, like, you know, there was a bank run or some shit. Like, also want to make it seem like, you know, this is a riot that was completely out of control. It's tragedy porn met with also like black unruly teenagers. Look at them.
Wow. Hassan Piker is a piece of work. I mean, he was calling this tragedy porn and making fun of the owner and just being very, very condescending towards him and really downplaying the seriousness of it. I mean, people don't have to die for this to be serious business. Property damage is serious. Injuries are serious. Nothing about this is funny, Hassan. And this isn't the first time Hassan has had some controversial opinions. I mean, he said one time that people who honk their horns deserve to be brutalized by the police. Like, what?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
But in 2020, during the riots, he never really held those people accountable. He spent a lot of time calling it justifiable anger. So there's definitely a lot of cognitive dissonance on him. And also to be mean to that store owner who had clearly been impacted by that rioting is just a piece of crap thing to do. Now, thankfully, there were people who had common sense. One person tweeted, "Dear New York City, Jason Aldean is laughing his nuts off. You served him an I told you so moment on a silver platter. Hashtag try that in a small town." And for those of you who don't know, Try That in a Small Town was a song that was recently released by Jason Aldean that talks about this kind of stuff. The message is that while it might fly in the bigger cities, this sort of lawlessness and shenanigans will not fly in small towns where Jason Aldean is from. And he was called pro-lynching and racist. Well, these riots sort of lend credibility to his lyrics because what we're seeing is a desensitization to rioting. And where do they happen? Particularly in big cities like Chicago, New York City, etc. and etc. I think it's fair to deduce that many of these teenagers who participated in these rioting have been taught that it's okay to do this kind of stuff. And it's only going to keep happening until we start holding them, as well as the parents, accountable for these actions. Good night.